Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining the session today on the Sapphire Systems billing module. Today what I'm going to do is just give you an overview around the Sapphire Systems billing module. I'm also just going to give you a look and feel of the module and also take you through some of its functionality. So just I think where I'll begin to and just let you know is Sapphire Systems have a number of clients which use this module, and we find each client have got their own particular requirements within the module. So what I'll say around that is, if you find what I show you today, maybe there's some bits in it that you may not use, or perhaps there's some bits which you require, which I don't show today, please don't worry, as that is a natural occurrence. As what we do is we take the module and we then define it and configure it according to your particular requirements. So what the billing module does is it allows the management of contracts sold which deliver services over time. So for example, an annual maintenance contract, or perhaps a broadband contract. What it will do is it will create billing invoices automatically based on predefined intervals, billing periods. What it can also do is post revenue correctly to the profit and loss during the contract time frame. So what that can allow you to do is recognise revenue from that contract proportionately throughout the year. So for example, there was a contract for £12,000 starting in January, and your customer required to be billed quarterly. What the billing contract will do is it will create an invoice for £3,000 at the beginning of each quarter, and what it can also do is create 12 journals of £1,000 each, posting to the profit and loss account proportionately throughout the year. Alright, so what we find is our customers have got different requirements, they work differently, and we can accommodate that within the module. We find the end user billing which our customers have, they may require to be billed quarterly, monthly, annually, biannually, perhaps every 3 years. We also link the billing module into the mail merge module if you so wish. So once those invoices are created, they can be emailed out to your clients, or they can be mass printed if you so wish. We find some of our customers have wholesaler and reseller requirements, and we use the consolidating business partner field within the business partner master data to accommodate for this. So let's just have a look at some of that module. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look here at this alert under my messages and alerts in my cockpit, and I've got an alert here called contracts to expire. And if I just double click on there, what we can see, this contracts to expire alert gives me the business partner code, the name, the contract number, and the start and the end date. And what I've asked SAP Business One to do for me here is to tell me all contracts that are due to expire this month. And what that can allow you to do is then perhaps send out a mail shot to your customer to contact them regarding the renewal. You can also have perhaps an alert to say contracts which have expired. So perhaps you contacted your customer and you told them the contract was going to expire, they didn't automatically renew it. Perhaps you want the list of those which didn't renew it, so you can then give them a call and see if you can then ask them to renew that contract. So it can be proactive, and it also can be reactive around those alerts if you so wish. Those alerts, they're based on the contract master data, and I'm just going to show you that now. We hold all the information around the billing under the service module. If I click on service, and you'll see this area here called SAP Contract Utilities. And under there I've got the 4 options. I've got the contract control option, the contract control search, the contract billing wizard, and the contract billing price change wizard. The contract control is actually the contract master data, the billing, where all the billing stems from. The contract control search allows us to search for contracts according to certain criteria. We're going to have a look at that a little later. The contract billing wizard allows you to actually bill throughout those periods within the year. It creates those invoices for you automatically when you run that wizard. And also the contract billing price change wizard. We find from time to time our clients require to perhaps increase or make a price change to their billing contracts, and instead of going through each contract individually, the wizard can actually take up most of that work away for you. So let's just have a very quick look at the contract control. And I'm just going to go back to a previous record just to call up a contract. So I can see here that I can see the customer, I can see the contract number, the start date, the end date. I have statuses, draft, active, suspended, closed and settlement. I also have the items which I'm billing. So on this contract I'm billing for a communication device, maintenance and perhaps broadband. I've got currency, quantity, the annual value. I've got the business partner, the billing business partner, because remember our contract might be under one business partner, but perhaps you bill a different business partner for the actual contract. The frequency which we bill the customer, the start, the end date, the delivery note which refers, status, and again the GL account which we post these particular bills to. Again, we've got more information around the items. You may send invoices out to your customer, and only some of the items you may want to bill completely that first initial time, and then you may have these other items which are to be billed monthly, quarterly, etc. So this can accommodate for that if you want. The history tab, this will show you all the different bills that have been produced. So if you've got 12 bills and you started off the contract in January and it's now December, you will have 12 different lines. If the total value was 12,000, then each line is going to be for an invoice total of 1,000. You've got any pricing history here. Again, these relate to the price increases. You can put any details down here that you want. So these are custom fields. A linked document, perhaps you want to keep the contract, the signed contract, scanned and linked to this particular area in Business One. And you've also got a free text notepad here as well. Now these contracts, these billing contracts, these can be created manually. You'll see here you've got the add button. Again, you've got your binoculars so you can search, and you've got the previous and next record as well. You've also got all the golden arrows, so it seamlessly integrates with SAP Business One and gives that usual SAP Business One look and feel which you're used to using. All right. But instead of creating these manually, SAP can also create these automatically, and that's what we're going to have a look at now. So the contract can be created within the from a sales document. You can start off at the sales quotation if you want. Just on this demonstration, I'm just going to start off from the sales order. I'm going to firstly select a customer. And I'm going to select this customer here, C22000 Universal Communications, and just select them there. Now, if we just have a look at the business partner master data, if I look here, and if I just draw your attention over here to the user-defined fields, we can see the default billing frequency for this particular customer is monthly. Okay, here are all my different frequencies. So if I click here on the Define New, I'm taken into the contract billing frequency table, and it's here that you can define your different frequencies. You'll see I have monthly, annually, quarterly, yearly, 3 years, and biannually as well. You've got a deferral account, which can be used to defer your revenue to before you draw it down from the balance sheet proportionately throughout the year, if you so wish. You can link it to a profit center as well if you want. You can also perhaps link this to a project code as well. And you've also got, there's just a default business partner in there as well if you want. Okay, you've also got here this information, price increase by, and I've said that you can increase prices by an effective from date, or by an anniversary date. So perhaps if your contract is 3 years long and its anniversary is every January, you can then select it to increase your the billing contract by perhaps 10% or a fixed value if you wish. And you can give it a date in there as well if you want. I've also got the default contract duration. So for this particular business partner, most of my contracts are 12 months, but they might be 36, or if they're long running, then you can put it in there as well too. So you can have an eternity date if you want. All right, so that's around the business partner master data. What I'm going to do now is just bring up 2 codes. So say, for example, some maintenance for a communication device and perhaps some broadband. Let's just have a look at the item master data. If I click on here, and again, what I can look here under this particular area, I can see that it is supportable, and what this means is that this particular item is to be used in the billing module, and by that I mean I may choose to bill this particular business partner for a different item, but I don't want it to be part of this annual or quarterly or monthly billing process. I just want to bill them as usual, so just bill them one time, and it's this area here which differentiates the items which you may or may not want to bill. And this is just a default. It can be changed then in the actual sales document. And you've also got a billing expiration date, so perhaps we need to bill all the communications by a particular date. So you've got that option there to choose or not choose as you so wish. So we can see here my communication device is £6,000 a year and the broadband maintenance is £12,000 a year. You can have different contract billing item codes as well if you so wish. Some people choose to, some don't. And again, I'm just bringing through the billing frequency. I'm selecting it here, but that can be drawn automatically from that business partner master data, which I showed you just now. And again, the billing value, that can also be drawn automatically as well if you want. So I'm just starting this off from January this year, and I'm just going to add the sales order now. And like I said earlier, you can start from the quotation if you so wish. Okay, what I'm now going to do is copy this to a delivery, and upon adding this, I'm just going to say yes, it will create the contract automatically, that billing master data that we looked at earlier. Just to let you know, you can of course take advantage of the document generation wizard to process your sales orders into your deliveries, but just for this example I'm just doing it manually. So what we'll do now is we'll just go back into the service. So here we are just in the SAP Contracts Utility Contract Control window, and this is what SAP has just created for me automatically. And you can see here we've got the different statuses. I'm going to change mine to active. If you want yours to be active automatically, then just let us know when we come to implement this for you. And again, we've got the item number, we've got the item codes, we've got the currency, the quantity, the annual value. We can see the billing business partner, we've got the frequency, the start date and the end date as well. And we can also got the delivery note which it refers to. Okay, so there we have that contract control master data now, and this is where we can keep all that information about the billing that's done each month. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run the billing wizard, and upon clicking on that contract billing wizard option, the user just gets a welcome window. We click next, and here we have step 1, invoice generation options, and here we just have to select a posting period, and I'm going to go to January, and you've got different options here, so you can really refine quite granular detail which invoices you're going to bill. If you just want to bill everything, then you will just leave all of this blank. So you've got the contract business partner options you can define by. You can then refine further by the billing business partner. You can refine further by the contract number, the anniversary month. here is the posting date. It automatically goes to the first of the month of the posting period which you selected, but then you do actually have the option to change that as well if you want. I'm going to just run this for everything that needs billing as of January. I'm going to click next, and it brings me up all the business partners, or the contract business partners, which have billing requirements for that month, and you can then tick or untick accordingly if you want, so you can get even further refined as to what business partners you want to bill. Click next, and then it brings up the billing business partners, because remember, your contract may be with one business partner but you may bill another if you're using the wholesaler and reseller options. I'm going to click next, and here it has a little think about it, and we can see here this is the contract which we just created, number 29, but there's also all the other contracts as well that are to be billed that month. You can see the delivery documents. You can see the invoice amount. So for example, here we said the broadband was £12,000 annually. We're billing it monthly, so this month we're going to bill for £1,000. And again, on the same contract, number 29, we billed them for some communication maintenance at £6,000 a year, and again that's going to be £5,000 in this particular invoice. If we just have a look a bit further down, we can see here, I just want to draw your attention to this particular, these two particular contracts, number 6 and number 8. We can see here that the billing business partner for 6 and also for 8 is C22300. But when we look here, we can see the contract is for a different business partner. This contract here, number 6, is for C22400, and this contract number here is for business partner C22500. Click on the orange arrow for C22400 and click on the accounting, we can see that for World Data Services UK Limited, the consolidating business partner is that C22300, which is World Data Services Group Limited. The same here, if we have a look at contract number 8, we can see that the contract business partner is C22500. If I click on the golden arrow, World Data Services Australia Pty are consolidated under that same business partner, World Data Services Group Limited. So that's just an example of how, if you have wholesale or reseller functionality, it can be incorporated into this. If I scroll across, you've got all these other information, so invoice start dates, and again, if it's going to be consolidated under a business partner, these two lines say yes because they are part of that consolidation I just showed you now. And you've also got the revenue account there as well. Alright, so those just gives you some more information about what you're going to do. If I click next, and again here it will show me the invoices that are going to be created, and I've chosen the option within my setup to have invoices grouped under a particular business partner. So I can see here invoice number, and the first invoice that's going to be generated is for this business partner for all these different items, and again you can consolidate by rows as well if you want, you don't have to, and it's going to give me those different amounts. And then here this was the consolidating business partner C22300, and again I can see those two invoices for those two other child business partners, and then I've got another invoice for business partner C4000 and another one for business partner C5000. So it's just given me some more information as to what invoices are going to be created and how much each row or invoice that's going to be. I click next, and this will actually now create those invoices and journal entries. It gives me a start time and end time, it tells me how long it took, and that is that process now complete, whereby those invoices have been created, and if you choose to do so, the journals to the profit and loss account will be created proportionately, drawing that value down from the deferred revenue each month if you want. So now just to give you an overview over the contract control search. Again, you probably will have many different contracts, and we've made it as easy as possible for you to be able to search for those contracts. You can see here all the different options, so you can refine by to search for different contracts. You can search for contracts by different business partners, by different items. So for example, if I put in comms here, I want to search for all the contracts where I've sold communications to. If I click find, I've got all this information here available, the document, the creation date, the time. I can see the card code, the card name, the start date of the contract and the end date of that billing. And again, if all I have to do is just double click on one of the lines, and from that double click you can see I'm taken straight into that contract. So you've got all this information here as well: billing business partner, billing partner groups, contract number, etc. The last thing I want to show you around about the billing module is the billing price change wizard. We find that our customers from time to time need to increase or change the prices of the billing. So for example, perhaps after the first year you may wish to increase it by a fixed value or a percentage, and instead of going through each billing master data one by one and amending that, this wizard will take care of the work for you. So I'm just going to click next. And again, I'm given a screen here whereby I can choose what contracts or billing contracts I should increase the price or change the price on. And again, you can refine it by contract business partner, billing business partner, the consolidated business partner, item code, anniversary month. That's what we looked at on that business partner master data earlier, and the contract start date month 2. Or if you leave it blank, it will do everything. So I'm just going to click next. And again, you can choose to select or unselect different business partners, so you can refine further which ones you're going to change the prices for, or you can just leave them as all. I'm going to click next, and I'm going to say I want to increase my contracts by 10%, and I'm going to click next. So let's just take this contract here, number 22. We can see here that I sold it at £12,000. However, with this price increase of £10,000, the contract will then be worth £13,200. So I'm just going to choose to change the price of that particular contract, but I could of course select all my contracts. I click next, and it tells me that it has been updated successfully. So let's just take a look at that contract. And let's just search for contract number 22. And we can see here that the value of this contract is now £13,200. If I click in the price history, I can see that the old value was £12,000, the new value is £13,200, and that update happened on the 9th of December. So you've got this will occur each time you change the prices for this contract. So you have a very nice audit history of the price changes in there as well. So that really concludes this overview of the Sapphire billing module. So just to recap what we did, we had a look at the purpose of this module, being that some of our clients have requirements to bill customers throughout regular intervals throughout the year, and require a module to take most of the manual work away from them to do that, which is what this billing module does using the wizard. And the module can also post those proportionate values to the P&L from the deferred revenue account throughout the year if needed as well. We had a look at the different settings for the billing, for that fixed price billing, being monthly, annually, quarterly, every 3 years, biannually, or whichever intervals you require to set up. We also had a look at the business partner master data settings, whereby you can set effective price increase, dates and anniversaries, where you can select the default billing frequency, billing consolidation and expiry dates. We also had a look at the item master data settings, where we saw we have the ability to sell an item, but also you can choose to bill under a different item code if necessary. We also had a look at the alerts around whereby we can see which contracts are due to expire or have expired, or we can also create different alerts according to the information you require within your setup. We entered a sales document. It can be done from a quotation or a sales order, which then created a delivery note, which then automatically created the billing master data. And through that billing master data, we saw that we can see the items which are to be billed at those regular intervals throughout the year. We also had a look at where you can see the history of what invoices have been created for that particular billing contract, and we also had a look at the price changes history as well. We ran the billing wizard and we saw how we can select either all invoices within a certain period, or all business partners within a certain period to be billed, or we could really refine that down a lot more. And we also saw how the wizard will create all those invoices for you automatically. We had a look at the price update wizard as well, whereby we could update the contracts with a price increase. So I hope this has given you just a nice flavour of what the billing module can do, and how it can take a lot of that manual and that manual intensity of creating those invoices throughout the year away from you, and how the module can make your really free up some of your time around that billing process. Any queries, please don't hesitate to contact us here at Sapphire. My name's Caroline Parkinson. You can email me caroline.parkinson@sapphiresystems.com. Many thanks. Bye bye.